Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
How was your class?
It was good. It was very good today. People are very motivated, which is nice.
People are very motivated.
Very motivated.
Are you very motivated?
I'm very motivated. I'm very hungry.
Me too.
I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to eat lunch.
Yes.
Breakfast, brunch, what have you. And, yeah.
Cool. Let's go home. And then we're going to go to a rehearsal tonight. Me and Harpy got to go out to the island. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
Hi.
Hi.
We're in traffic.
Surprise.
If you'll notice, I'm taking Olivia to her class.
I know,
That's
that
not
was a
the
little
plan.
change up.
Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff happen with people being out this weekend, so we switched a bunch of stuff around at church, and so in turn, we didn't have rehearsal tonight. So, turned out, I'm going to run Olivia, then we're going to go back, do some stuff, and then we'll see.
And then I'm gonna come home.
Oh.
I just some days you just, I'm gonna have to really work myself up for this tonight.
You can do it.
I know. But
Because Harper, we tried to get him to take a nap, and
no bueno. I mean, he did lay there for an hour. I mean, he didn't get up and horse around. He just all this all this he was just chitter chattering for an hour.
Chitter chatter.
It was really annoying.
So the traffic is really bad right now.
Yeah, it is real bad.
Let's take a gander.
We're just literally stop, go.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's really annoying.
So we thought we'd check in. Most of today's video will be Q&A because we have so many Q's.
Good.
We've got to get some A's, but we thought we'd...
Not to be confused with other A's.
Oh no. Here, let me turn. I don't actually know that you can see us. But if you can hear us.
Yeah.
So anyway, that is really the gist of today. Q&A Friday.
Q&A Friday. I just have to put in a little side note that Ben is holding the camera this week, and it is the most unflattering camera angle known to man. We've been laughing about it. I mean, it's literally right in the chins.
I look like I've gained on my way back.
I know. You haven't. Yeah. Anyway, so apologies for that. That very unflattering camera angle.
Q&A Friday.
Q&A Friday.
What's up, everybody?
We kind of have to be quiet because we have a little Bobo sleeping in there.
He's sleeping in the next room.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
It's supposed to snow tonight.
I know.
We might wake up to some snow on the ground.
1 to 4 inches, but
Which not that much, just a little.
still, we haven't had that much.
Yeah.
So.
First one of the year.
So let's get started because we have quite a few Q's today.
Good Q's. We'll try to find some A's.
That's right. You think that's funny?
It is.
So the first one is from Svanvit. Hi, Svanvit.
Hi, Svanvit. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, she had back surgery. If you didn't remember,
in December.
In December, yeah. And so she said she wants to lose 35 pounds that will help her, ease the load on the back.
Yes,
so she's like, do you have any good advice for me how you started? She does acknowledge the food, and she's limited to walking not too far and very slow.
Right.
So,
I mean, I think the walking, not too far and very slow, as many times a day as you can do it. Like if you can only walk, down to the edge of your driveway or the street or whatever, maybe you do that 3 times a day. You try, or 2 times, or first start out just 1 time a day, you know what I mean? Then try to up that to 2 times a day, where you're not necessarily increasing length or longevity of the workout. You're just giving your body a chance to recover, and then to try to do it again and increase the frequency of it before you start getting to a point where you're like building up distance and speed. And also just be mindful, the first time you try it, I wouldn't try it like 5 times in one day, because you may wake up the next day and your back may be really taxed from doing all that. So maybe try it in the morning and see how you feel. And if you feel up to try again in the afternoon, you try it again in the afternoon, then you wait the next day and you see how you feel, and you're like, oh, that felt really good. Well, I'm going to do that for a few days, and then maybe after 4 or 5 days of twice a day walking whatever distance it feels right in your body, maybe you add another round at lunch. So you're doing it morning, in the middle of the day, and then the evening, and maybe you try that for maybe a few weeks and just see how that feels, you know what I mean? And then maybe you either keep the 3 times and add a little bit of distance, or if you don't feel like you're up to that, maybe add another round to that. But in the beginning, I think that walking is really going to be the key for you, especially strengthening all those stability muscles which hold the back straight. All those stability muscles in the center of your body, one of the absolute best ways to strengthen those is by walking. It's really the perfect exercise, especially if you have back issues. Make sure you have really good shoes on. Obviously, always make sure you have, and make sure maybe the first couple of times you do, you have someone with you, or maybe some kind of assistance, so that you don't fall or lose your footing or anything like that. And then, like you said, food. That's just going to be key, and that's going to help you lose weight probably the fastest anyways. It's just the food. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll start to feel better, and you'll be able to walk more, and
Totally.
it'll just be a great cycle.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You could do it.
You can do it. Awesome. So Caroline, hi Caroline.
Hi.
She says, Ben, what is your advice for doing the Daniel fast? She's been thinking of doing it. Let's see. If you're going to do the fast, there is definitely a spiritual component to it. I would say it's really, really hard to do it if you don't have that sort of emphasis, because you could just do a vegan diet, which would be a little less strict in that regard. That would be my first advice, is that really you want to go into a time of, praying or whatever, that kind of thing. It's very healthy for you and all that, but it's really hard to stick to it if you don't have that component to it. Second of all, there's a great website. She actually has a book now, and I'll have to find the link to it, but she's the Daniel Fast blogger, and she has every kind of thing. Plus, she's really good about saying what you can and can't have. She'll usually say, this is up for debate, but generally this is what you can or can't have. And then make your choices at the very beginning. Like, a lot of people who do Daniel fast don't drink anything but water for the whole 21-day traditional time period. But, if you want at the beginning, you're like, I'm going to have coffee and I'm going to have herbal tea. That's fine. But set your parameters at the very beginning, I would say. That would be the biggest thing. And like Olivia, we were talking about it earlier, but, it's hard to go out to eat. Let's just be honest. I mean, you can go to Mediterranean places and have like hummus, but really you can't really have the pita all that much.
No.
You could say at the beginning, I'm going to have...
You have veggies.
You can have veggies. Veggie burgers, but a lot of them have grains and stuff in them. So it's just really hard to know.
Be prepared. Prepare the rest. If you're single, then it's great, and it's not. But if not, prepare your spouse and or partner, or whoever else, roommates, whoever else you live with. That it's just going to be really hard to eat outside of the home for 21 days, which is not bad. Not a bad
thing at all. So and just have an expectation. It's such a great thing, and So like, I remember we did it the first time. This was really before we lost weight, and we read some scripture and stuff at night during it. It's really 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 great. So,
and I'm just gonna throw this out there. I would also say I wouldn't go into a Daniel fast to lose weight. Now that might be a byproduct for you, but it isn't for everybody. Like, for instance, I did not lose any weight when I did Daniel fast. I felt really good, like especially spiritually. I felt really like just refreshed, and like I just felt really good. But I did, as a matter of fact, I think I gained a couple of pounds.
And I even said when I was losing weight, it worked really well for me, but I said I would probably be losing maybe even a little more weight if I was not doing Daniel fast.
Right, totally. So
it's about for me, it was about getting my appetite under control that first time.
It does other things. I think it's important for other aspects. But a lot of people do lose weight on it as well.
They do, but especially like, if you have any sort of carb thing, if you have any sort of insulin resistance or anything, it's not
optimal for if you have, like, for me who has PCOS. But I didn't like gain 20 pounds. I think I gained like 1 or 2 pounds. I basically stayed the same.
But for me, it works really well for my body. So.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so thanks for that question. Let us know if you do it.
Yeah.
So Mon says, hi, Mon. She's going to visit New York in the fall or later this year, she says, with her mom, and they're going to stay actually close to Astoria, which is where we live. We actually live close to LaGuardia, so a lot of times there's good deals to be had on like hotels and stuff. But she wanted to know if there were any cool places in the area, maybe some hidden spots to have lunch, dinner. And we can say absolutely positively, Astoria is like a hidden gem in New York City. Any kind of place you can find.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. The Queen's Comfort is one of the restaurants. The Queen's Kickshaw is another one. That's one of Ben's favorite.
My favorite coffee shop in the entire city.
Ben loves the Queen's Kickshaw.
Kickshaw is unbelievable.
There's a place called The Sparrow, which is in Astoria proper. It was actually on that TV show Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Guy Fieri. Went there. That's a great, just like hidden gem in Astoria. There's a lot of Bear Burger, which
Bear Burger's really good.
Is really good. They're everywhere now, but that's a really, really good. Everything is like organic and grass fed, and like.
And then if you want Greek food, there's just everywhere.
You turn and look, and there's Greek food, Greek places everywhere, and some of the best Greek food. Probably outside of Greece.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So we can, as you get closer, I'm sure we have some more, but that'll be fun. That sounds great. I'm jealous of Elzette. She's from South Africa, and they're going to the beach and all this stuff.
And we're having snow tomorrow.
Exactly.
Thank you all for all the sweet comments and well wishes for Harper going to the ER and everything this past week. That was bless his heart. Oh man, he had a hard past couple weeks.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Monique has a question. She says, Ben, can you share your running story? How many miles did you say you run per week on average? Any running goals for this year? She got a new treadmill, so that's why she's interested in that.
Before you even start this, I'm just going to tell everybody out here, because he is going to tell you what his running, how he does it and everything, but I'm just going to tell you, I've known Ben now for 20 years.
20 years?
Longer than that.
Longer than that, 23.
23 years, okay. I've known Ben for 23 years. It's a long time. Ever since I've known him, outside of the first 2 years I knew him when he was fairly thin, he was overweight for most of that time. Am I correct to say that?
Yeah, that's good.
It did not matter whether he was thin or at his heaviest weight or in the middle or whatever. This guy, at any given point, could put on running shoes and go out and run like 10 miles.
I don't know about 10 miles. No.
At least a 5K. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy, I've never seen anybody like, even if he hasn't run in like a year, he could just be like, I think I'm going to go out and run a 5K today, and he would just like go out and run a 5K. So take that with a grain of salt, all of you. I'm just gonna say that.
Well,
It's true.
I don't know.
It's
about
true. You can't acknowledge that.
that. Okay.
Okay.
I do like it.
Okay, if you insist.
Well, so I'm trying to right now run like 4 days a week. That's what I'm trying to do, which maybe like 12 to 15 miles a week. That's what I'm trying to do right now, which is kind of a lower thing. I mean, the thing is, if you ever, like I did a marathon and I've done half marathons, if you ever do those and do the training plans, it makes you say, when you say, oh, I'm going to do 10, 12 miles a week, like, oh, that's nothing. But that is something.
Yeah.
But you have in your head that's not a lot because you went out and ran 13 miles or 18 miles or whatever. So that's what I try to do. And if you're just starting, there's lots of different plans and stuff about getting you running. Don't fret about walking some and all this kind of stuff. I mean, just take your time. And
I used to do that. I used to do rundowns, but I also used to do the jog a minute, walk 2 minutes, jog a minute, walk 2 minutes. So you are like, but when I was jogging, I really tried to make myself jog at a fairly challenging pace for the whole minute, like whether it was 6.0, 6.5 or whatever, and you can adjust that to however you are, but then you get to walk for 2 minutes and set, like, maybe you do that for 45 minutes, just on off, and that's really, really helpful, I think.
Yeah, so that's good. And I do a lot of running with Harper too, if I can. I mean, I try to do it earlier or whenever I can, but because it's a different kind of running when you're running with the jog stroller. But I do like that, and I just got a weather cover today, so I'll be able to take him out in the colder weather as it gets cold. So yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, there's not really much more to it other than
Getting started.
Get a
good pair of running shoes.
Good pair of running shoes. The treadmill's good in the winter like that. It's
that's
good.
Great.
I mean, I obviously prefer to run outside, but
and then there may be days that you don't want to run, and just don't ever, especially with a treadmill. One of the most amazing things about it is you can do incline walking, which is so good and really tough, and a great cross-training method for running.
Now listen, as far as losing weight, walking is
the best.
Huge. I mean, some people would argue it's better than running.
100%.
But I mean, I don't want to disparage running because I think it's great. But as far as just the general health, losing weight, running makes you hungry. Okay, let's be
honest. Any
honest.
kind of high cardio like that will make you very hungry.
So I hope that helps a little bit. Thanks, Monique.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, guys.
Okay, here's a good one. This is from Kay. I think she's from the UK. Hi, Kay.
Hi, Kay.
She wants to know, are there any little motivational words you say to yourselves when you're just not feeling like exercising or eating well? I need to be my own cheerleader, but I'm all about the comfort lately. I don't know how you keep going on so little sleep. I don't either.
He gets way less sleep than I do.
But how can you do? She said she did add something when. Let's see. She's been doing some success with 1, 2, 3, go and breaking the task down, but anyway, so.
I know this is gonna sound funny, but a lot of times, like when I don't want to do it, I literally just, like, in my head, I'm like, get your butt up and go and do it. Just do it. Don't quit. Just stop. Stop and get up and do it. I know it sounds like silly, but I have to have like a kind of like a come to Jesus moment with myself and be like, quit choosing the easy. I said it tonight. I was like, easy is simple. It's cheap and free 99% of the time. And nothing that comes that's cheap or free is usually worth it in the end. So I really try. I mean, if it's tough, if it requires some kind of major follow through, a choice and a big follow through, then it's going to get you one step closer to whatever goal that you want. If it doesn't, then it's probably going to take you, it always feels good to stay on the couch and watch TV and eat something nice. That always feels great in the moment. But then afterwards, it doesn't get you down the road where you want to go, and B, it just brings on a whole slew of things that don't feel good, like guilt and just all those emotions that that none of us want to have. You know what I mean? So I always just give myself a good kick in the Batowski and be like, get up, Olivia, and just do it. Just no excuses. Get up right now and do it. And then you just have to get it right that second. You can't be like, okay, after the next commercial.
Yeah, you can't snooze.
You have to get up right then and just do it.
Yeah, I mean, this is funny because Harper really loves Finding Dory, but, just keep swimming, just keep
Yes.
swimming. That actually is a really great, it's the Nike Just Do It. It's just, you got to put one foot in front of the
Yes.
other. Sometimes you are not going to feel like it, so just get up.
Like sometimes you have to go step by step. Be like, just get up off this couch. Just stand up. Then you stand and be like, okay, walk into the room where your workout clothes are. Just walk in there. Just go. Walk in there. Okay. Change your clothes. Put on some. Like sometimes I literally have to talk myself through every single step.
And honestly, there are going to be times where the workout or whatever, it still feels like punching underwater, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't get any easier. And you didn't feel that rush. It didn't get, all of a sudden I had a Rocky moment and I'm like this. Sometimes it's not.
No, but afterwards you always feel
Yeah,
that.
and you're going to be glad
When
you
it's
did
done, you're always just like, oh. Like tonight, Ben will even tell you, I think I may have said this earlier on the vlog. I was so physically tired and I did not want to teach those classes tonight. I mean, the whole way there, I was just like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't, It was like, you can do it, you can do it. I was like, I know I can do it, but I don't want to, And the second I showed up and the second I walked in that room and there was, 50 other people just waiting for me to do it with me, I thought, man, this is so freaking cool. I get that same feeling every single time I teach. I just like, it's like this overwhelming feeling of these people showed up for me and paid money to show up for me. And it immediately turns my whole mentality around. Like I immediately was like, all right, we're going to do this. And it's kind of the same idea. And I know I've said this before. It's why I love group fitness, because people show up for one another. It's not just for, whatever, doing some cool class. It literally is, you're building a community of like-minded people who have like-minded goals. And you feel that energy, and sometimes there's an exchange from on the moments where I feel really tired that I can take from somebody else, and then on another day I can give back to that person. So I don't know.
Yeah,
so,
and that's an important thing about building a community.
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing if you can find some way, if you're running, a running group or you're going to meet somebody, because sometimes you're like, if I wasn't going to meet you, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think also building habits. So like, say you have a couple weeks where you can't really work out or whatever, you know how to get back into the groove rather than starting. And for those of you that need to lose a lot of weight who haven't been in that's the hardest thing to establish.
Yeah, even if you want to work out primarily on your own for either financial reasons or just because that's what you prefer, I just encourage people so much, find one class and do it once a week. Just to feel the energy of working your body with a group of people. It is a very unique experience, and I think it's really important.
Yeah. So I hope that helps a little bit. I mean, I think I'll add one other thing is for me, and this kind of goes back to that Daniel fast thing, but in the Bible, the thing that says when you lose your life, you'll find it, and to find your life, basically you have to deny yourself, and that is not natural to us. And so that comes into play. I'm going to deny the thing I want to do, which is sit on the couch, do nothing, not do something hard, eat something I like, be comfortable. I'm going to deny that part of me. And in so doing, I've found my life. Yeah. Does this make sense? I mean, it's like a little deep, but to me, that always helps me. That really speaks to me. We had a friend who still kept off weight, Amy, in Nashville. She always said that. She said, I woke up every day and I decided, am I going to deny myself today? Am I going to say no to myself? Because actually the world and consumerism and everything says say yes to yourself.
Always.
Give yourself what you want. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Don't deprive yourself. You'll never get there. I'm like, well, if you don't deprive yourself, you're right. You're never going to get there. You know what I mean?
To find your life, you have to lose it. Does that make it's like you have to give it up and surrender.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get more than you ever dreamed of.
Yeah.
You find true life, not that selfish sort of like I'm just going to sit here and do what I want to in my own way.
Yeah.
Took a turn there. Cool.
Yeah.
That's it. One more comment on
Oh.
comments. Deb Olson said he did amazing, Harper. I have been a stylist since the 80s. He did wonderful. So Harper got the approval from an actual stylist.
I love that. He did so good.
You guys are awesome. Thank you for those Q&As. And remember, you can always leave them throughout the week.
Yeah, totally.
And, remind us of it if it gets closer.
Yeah, don't forget Motivation Monday coming around the bend.
Motivation Monday.
Motivation Monday.
Mission Monday.
Mission Monday.
Mission Monday.
I forget that. Motivation Monday. That's a very standard. People do that. I don't know what made me think of that. Mission Monday.
So we hope you guys have a great weekend. And I hope you do some fun stuff.
I don't know what we're going to do this weekend. Who knows? We'll get up to something.
We'll get up to
I'm sure it'll
something.
involve Target or Trader Joe's.
Probably
Can y'all,
so.
by the way, can y'all believe what that Trader Joe's looked like the other night? I still am like,
So was it Catherine? She said she's in Southern California and it looked exactly the same way.
I was like, what in the world?
Traders, y'all got to
Like,
keep up with it.
Seriously, they need to get with the program here.
Get with the program. So, on that note, speaking of all those notes about sleep, it's time for some sleep.
I'm so ready.
Yeah.
Have the best weekend, guys. We will see you on Monday. And yeah, just be good to people. Have a wonderful weekend. Do something fun for yourself. And that's it.
Okay.
Good night, guys.
Bye. Let's do testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. We're testing.
Oh, we're still recording.
Oh, yeah, we're still
I didn't. First of all, hi, Heather. I was just like, okay.
No, come here.